Good afternoon, Moore County. This is John Nagy. I am the editor for The Pilot in Southern Pines, coming to you from the Pinehurst studio on the back deck. Happy Cinco de Mayo. In the spirit of the holiday, I took my temperature in Spanish today, and I came in at 97.7. Doing pretty good. The Moore County Health Department's coronavirus dashboard remains unchanged this afternoon. I just checked it a few minutes ago. So it stands at 147 positive cases of coronavirus, and that is a cumulative total since they began keeping count. And the number of deaths in Moore County has not changed and remains at 6. Over at the First Health of the Carolinas page, about a half hour ago, they updated their dashboard. The health network is reflecting it has administered 2,818 tests, of which 270 were positive for the virus. Another 161 results are still pending. So the big news of the day is actually happening right now over in Raleigh. That's where, like at this moment, Governor Roy Cooper is announcing what a phased-in reopening of North Carolina will look like, beginning as early as Saturday. I would tell you more, but he's counter-programming me, so I don't know what he's saying right now. Cooper extended his stay-home order a couple of weeks ago, and that order ends on Friday, May 8th. An initial phase of reopening, as the governor has previously defined it, won't look terribly different for any of us, with the exception that some retailers could begin reopening, provided they put in place social distancing restrictions in their businesses and follow certain cleaning regimens. The big change that folks are really looking for is the reopening of restaurants for dine-in service, gyms reopening, and things like hair salons and nail parlors. Those are expected to still be a few weeks away from happening, maybe later this month or early June, and that's totally assuming the virus numbers trend in the right direction. Sort of related to this, staff writer Laura Douglas has a story online now, and we put it on top of tomorrow's front page of the newspaper. She interviewed local virologist Ed Balkovic. Ed is a semi-retired professor with the University of Rhode Island, and he continues to teach remotely in the fields of emerging diseases and biotechnology from his home in Pinehurst. Ed is not a medical doctor. He's a scientist, and he has some practical guidance for all of us as we look about life moving forward. And he tells Laura in her story, quote, "As we come out of our houses, the risk will be higher. The question is, how high will it be?" Personally, I am not worried about going out, especially here in Moore County, if we open up smartly. Basically, what Ed says and what we all sort of know to be true, we're going to have to make personal decisions about our health and how much risk of illness from the coronavirus we're willing to accept. Ed says there's no such thing as zero risk. I mean, you think about it. There's a risk every time you get in the car to go to the grocery store or go anywhere, go to work. It's a pretty neat story that Laura's written. So, and it gives us some good guidance. So it's online now at thepilot.com/coronavirus, or it'll be, as I say, at the top of the front page of tomorrow's newspaper. Now, also in coronavirus news, I mentioned yesterday that the Board of Health was going to meet Monday night over the computer, over the WebEx portal. Managing editor David Sinclair monitored that meeting. He's written up a story. It's also online now at thepilot.com. Health Department Director Robert Whitman spent a great deal of time praising the cooperation his agency has received from First Health, from the county, and other businesses and agencies in the community. Whitman said his agency has sufficient testing capabilities for its most vulnerable populations in nursing homes, and they've gotten some extra staffing in the form of Moore County Schools school nurses. He expects the county to put some extra money into new staff position to help with the health department's increased workload. We also have something kind of neat in tomorrow's opinion section, and it's online. Dr. Paul Kuzma, who is a local physician, and his daughter Anna, a freshman at the University of Virginia studying global public health, have co-authored a piece for us looking at some basic questions and answers about the coronavirus and COVID-19, which is the disease that comes from the virus, and aspects involving public health. It's not really an opinion piece so much as a sort of a real solid fact-based understanding about the virus, what it does, and how you can sort of comprehend its significance. So thank you to the Kuzmas for offering their expertise on this subject, and I hope you take the time to read it. It's going to be online also, but you're going to find it at thepilot.com in the opinion column section. So that's about it for now relative to coronavirus. We've got a few other things coming tomorrow and later this week. David Sinclair is sitting in on a budget preview. Moore County Manager Wayne Vest is giving commissioners on Wednesday. I think that's around 2 in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. That should be our first real look at his recommendations on funding for education, the health department, emergency services, and possibly revenue projections. We are not expecting Wayne to propose a tax increase. He has already sort of told commissioners that we're probably okay in that department. David has also been following some more discussions the Pinehurst Village Council has been having on what to do about the matter of library services for the village. The council recently heard a report from their consultant with some recommendations to build a new library, and the consultant even suggested a few locations. The council wasn't exactly thrilled with that report. You can expect they're going to want further assessment from village residents. And I know there's a survey that's going to be going out here pretty soon. And the council is going to be working on some questions for that survey. So David has been writing about that. So you're going to find that online. And staff writer Mary Kate Murphy has written a pretty good story, excuse me, about the concerns. It's in tomorrow's paper about the concerns Whispering Pines has over the dam repair project with Spring Valley Lake. The work turned out fine, but it might affect the height of the water level. And some on the village council there in Whispering Pines aren't very happy with that as well. So the village is looking at a number of repairs and upgrades to its lakes and dams in the years ahead, just because of their age. A number of them are over 50 or more years old. So they're going to take some repairs. And so this is going to be an ongoing issue for the folks in Whispering Pines. So that's about all we have for you this evening. It's really a little bit of an abbreviated update. I'm going to be out the rest of this week taking care of some family things. Pilot publisher David Warnoff will be sitting in the anchor chair, although probably not from the back deck of the Pinehurst studio. As much as he frets over his broadcasting skills, David does a great job at it, and I enjoy watching him. I hope you do too. Thanks for staying with us, for watching, and for supporting local community journalism. We're not owned by a big corporation. It's David and 4 other partners, 2 of whom are family. That has allowed us to bring you a newspaper over the years that is really envied, not just in other small towns, but really large cities as well, given the state of the industry these days. We love doing what we do, but we're really only able to sustain that with your support. We've kept our coronavirus coverage free because it's important to have an informed and an educated and engaged community. So if you already are a subscriber, thank you for helping us. If you don't yet have a subscription, we'd love for you to buy local and support the Pilot. A digital subscription is $5 a month. You can do that at thepilot.com. There's a navigation bar at the top in green. On the left, you'll see it says subscribe. You can click on that, and it'll take you right through it. We also produce a free evening email newsletter Monday through Friday with the day's top stories. It has also some content from some of our sister publications like Business North Carolina, Pine Straw. So you get all this really great free content through that newsletter. If you don't get it, join the 21,000 others by going to thepilotbriefing.com and add your email address, and we'll get you on the list. So that's it. Thank you again. I'll see you next week. Be safe, be kind, and keep your distance.